Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with something a little bit different. So, I know everybody is in the house, and one of the things I keep seeing on Twitter, Instagram is what are y'all watching on Netflix? So, I decided to create a three-part series of suggestions that you all can watch during your quarantine and chill. Now, I'm not a big TV watcher, but when it's time for me to sit my behind down, I usually stream something, especially when I gotta braid hair or do something like that. I've watched many a movie and many a show during some hairstyling times. So I decided to give you guys a list of things that you might be able to watch, you might find interesting. What I will say is, I am not going to be doing any shows or any movies that are already trending or have already trended really big in social media. I'm just going to do the ones that I don't hear about a lot and I don't see people posting a lot. Not in my circles anyway. Maybe in your circles they're posting them, but not in mine. So just sit back and relax, and hopefully I can help you out a little bit. We're going to start with Netflix, and then the next video will be Amazon Prime. So our first show is a Netflix series called Safe. Now, Safe came out in 2018 and is about a surgeon who is raising two daughters on his own after the death of his wife. So he's now a widow. And the name comes from the idea that the girls are supposedly safe because they live in this gated community and everything's all crystal clear and everybody's all sweet and perfect. But he begins to find out things as he searches for his daughter who's gone missing. He begins to find out things about his community and the people in it. And all of it is just one big adventure. I don't know if it's been renewed or not, but so far it's just one season, but it is really good. Now, the next show we have on our list is Mythomaniac. The best way to describe this show is that it's like a train wreck that you just can't stop watching. So, the main character in this show, which is the mother, her name's Elvira, she believes that she has cancer, finds out that she doesn't, but yet she continues to go on with the idea that she does in exchange for her family beginning to treat her with kindness. Now, you start to ask yourself, why would somebody lie about something like that? But when you see these children and this husband child, you're going to understand Elvira a little bit more, even though you don't agree with all her decisions. But yeah, the show brought up a lot of emotions in me. If you don't like unruly children, I wouldn't watch this show. But if you want to see some of the train wreck you just can't stop watching, I would check out Mythomaniac. Alright, so the next movie is Murder Mystery. Now, this did not get too high of ratings, but I still thought the movie was pretty funny. I thought that Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston did not disappoint. They are a couple who are going on a European vacation to bring the spark back into their marriage, and along the way they get invited onto a yacht by a millionaire. That millionaire is murdered, and they spend the rest of the movie trying to figure out who did it, and it's pretty funny. So you guys can check that out for yourselves. I thought it was pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am an emotional television watcher. I wear my heart on my sleeve. It is not surprising to find me yelling at the TV, throwing stuff at the TV. And to me, that's all a sign of really good writing. And Weeds was one of those shows. Now, I'm telling you, this show took me to another place. I almost didn't get through it the same way I didn't get through Breaking Bad. I'm never going to watch Breaking Bad. You guys will not convince me. I know it's a good show, but I had to stop around season 2 or 3 because I was in danger of injuring myself or having some type of heart attack, like seriously. But Weeds is one of those shows where you will find yourself getting worked up, wondering how far the actor is going to take it. She is now a widow. Her husband dies, and she decides to get into the cannabis business to support her family. And she takes them on this ride with her, whether they want to go or not. And all kind of things happen during the show, and you just find yourself frustrated with her, but admiring her as well. It's weird. But the show did really well on Showtime. It has a lot of seasons, so just get ready to binge. Now, if you're looking for a good laugh, Dion Cole's comedy special on Netflix is pretty doggone funny. I laughed my butt off. There was so many cultural references, and I just didn't expect him to be that funny. Like, I see him on Blackish, But just because you can act on a show and be funny doesn't mean that you can do stand up and be funny. And I've never seen his stand up. So to see him on his stand up special and me being able to relate so much to what he was talking about, it was just hilarious. So I think y'all should check it out if you've been scrolling past it, because we need these laughs right now. It's a whole lot going on. This is another one where the ratings did not match up to the film to me. But Six Underground is a movie about six individuals who are brought together for their special talents and their unique gifts. And they are given a mission to perform all together in exchange for erasing their past. And all of them need their past erased for various reasons, which you'll find out during the movie. But it was action packed, it was funny. I enjoyed it, and it just didn't get the ratings that I think it deserves. So, you guys check this one out on Netflix and let me know what you think. The next movie on our list is Otherhood. This movie was super cute, and it really makes you appreciate your mother a little bit more. The three main characters are trying to repair the relationships that they have with their son, or even have a relationship with their sons. It's three boys. But along the way, they end up finding out things about themselves, about their marriages, about things in the past, and it embarks the journey of not only motherhood but friendship as well. And it's just nice to see the three of them come together to support each other in figuring out what's going on with their children and with themselves. But it's a really cute movie. I wish it would have come out around Mother's Day, but I think it had come out like last August. But I think you guys will enjoy it. It gives you a really good family feel. Now, before I talk about the next show, which is Grace and Frankie, let me insert my disclaimer again. I will not be discussing any shows that have already trended on social media, or movies that have already trended on social media. So I know about Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, I know about Dave Chappelle's stand up. I'm just not mentioning those because I know a lot of people have already watched. And I think a lot of people have already watched this show as well. But I still felt the need to mention it just in case you're not already up on it. Grace and Frankie is about two women who are starting over with their independence after a bomb was dropped by their husbands. I'll let you watch the show and find out. But it transitions the journey of not only being an older woman, but being a friend, being a mother, and finding your independence. They become business owners, and it's all really inspiring, especially as I myself get older. I just think about certain things, and just seeing this just lets you know that there's still life no matter how old you get, and you have to figure out your own path and your own journey, even without the kids and without the husbands, because things change and your kids grow up. So I love this show. I really like Jane Fonda, so I was automatically attracted to it. But if you are not up on it yet and you've been living under a rock, please check out Grace and Frankie. You will laugh from beginning to end. Now, the next show we have here is Hap and Leonard, and to me, Hap and Leonard doesn't get the conversation that it deserves. It's set in the 1980s. You have two men. One is a Vietnam War veteran, and the other one is a man who did some time for not going to the Vietnam War during the draft. I'll let you figure out who's who. But they form a friendship at a young age, at a time where racial tensions were pretty high, but they grow up together. They go through a lot of adventures together, and as they become adults, they find themselves in season 1 and 2 in some type of money scheme, and then in the third season is a very, very racially charged season, but still very good. I think you guys should check this one out if you've been skipping past it. I really do think you will enjoy it. It's well written. It's a lot going on, but be prepared to binge. All right, so our next show up is Top Boy. Now, Top Boy is one of those shows that was revived after being canceled by Channel 4, I believe. And then 6 years later, it was revived due to a lot of the fans, specifically Drake. Okay, fun fact. But the first season was Top Boy Summer House, and then it was canceled. And then 6 years later, they brought back Top Boy. And this is just the misadventures of London drug dealers, drug traffickers. So if you're into those kind of stories and the grit and the grime, you will really enjoy this show. Top Boy Summer House was the original, so of course it's a little bit better, but I think you'll enjoy Top Boy as well. All right, the next show on our list is actually based off a series of mystery novels by Craig Johnson. The show is called Longmire, and it's about a sheriff who's trying to put the pieces of his life back together after the death of his wife. all while patrolling the streets of a very small county in Wyoming. It gives you a little bit of that Western feel, kind of like a Walker Texas Ranger, but with a little bit better acting. You know, no shade to the legend Chuck Norris. Okay, we give you your flowers, we do, but it gives you kind of that feel. It has a couple of seasons. It's an interesting show, and if you like mystery, if you like a Western feel, I think you will enjoy this one. Now, this is one that I think my ladies will enjoy. So, I will warn you now, it only has one season, which I was really disappointed about, but I thought it was pretty good. So, you have a band of outlaws that are chasing a gentleman who betrayed the crew, I guess you could say, and he goes to hide out in a city that is governed by women. The reason why the city is governed by women is because all of the men died in a tragic mining accident. So, the women are pretty much manless in this city. And so he comes and they're trying to help him out with hiding, but then the outlaws come, and because the women haven't seen men in so long, you know, they find themselves slipping. And then things start to get a little ugly, but the women do defend themselves. So it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and I hate that it only got one season. Maybe they can revive this one day, but y'all should check it out. I liked it. So this one I watched a long time ago, so my memory's a little shot. But this one is called Hell on Wheels, and it's about all of the misadventures that occurred during the building of the railroad and the construction of it, and all of the people, all the men, all the things they get into, all the scandal. So y'all can check this one out specifically if you like that Western feel. And as you can tell, I must like it because I've watched a lot of them. Now, this show I'm behind on, but it does still come on, Madam Secretary. I started out binge watching it, and it's not that the show is particularly riveting or anything like that, but I like the actress in this because she's so sharp, and she was a military veteran, and now she's Secretary of the State, and she's around the big boys, and she's not afraid, and she does her job to the fullest. I just love it, and I think you'll enjoy the show. It still comes on CBS, I believe, but I need to catch up, so you guys catch up with me. Now, The Sinner, I feel like it got pretty good coverage when it first came out, but as various seasons came out, I didn't really hear a lot of people talking about it. But it's a good show. It's about a detective who is able to really identify with his subjects. He's able to get really close to them, specifically when it comes to repressed memories, because he has his own repressed memories a lot of the times. And so he's able to identify with them on a different level. And each season is a new mystery, and I love it because you don't really figure out who did it until like the episode before the last one, and I love stuff like that. I hate to figure out stuff early. So check out The Sinner if you have not already. I know it was talked about when it first came out, but now not so much. So check this one out. Okay, this is a horrible picture, but don't let that distract you, because last but certainly not least is a comedian named Bill Burr. This man is so hilarious, and it's so surprising because I never would have thought I would like any of his stand-up specials. He has a few on Netflix, but the Nashville one is my favorite. It's the funniest one to me. You will not be disappointed. He says all of the stuff that you've been thinking, but you've been afraid to say. And plus, he is married to a woman who looks a lot like me, so I'm just like, okay, I see you, Bill Burr. But feel free to check him out. I promise you won't be disappointed. Alright, y'all, that is it. Thank you so much for watching my video. This is only my second time doing a voice recording, so I know it wasn't that great. I'm still trying to figure out like the right volume and all of that stuff. But my next video will be my Amazon Prime video, and then after that I may give you guys some Hulu and YouTube suggestions. That video will be much shorter probably, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope some of this helped you out. Hope you guys have a great quarantine and chill, and get out and get some exercise if you can. Maybe go for a walk before they start saying we can't do that either. Bye, you guys.